Life is full of ups and downs. Life is full of ins and outs. But don't give up and don't feel down. Just learn to fly and you'll get by. But don't give up and don't feel down.
While a balloon carrying Mr. Phileas Fogg and his butler Passepartout was landing in a park, Professor Tongue Twister, a teacher of English, was having a class with his students. While Fogg and Passepartout were talking to the students, Professor Tongue Twister was taking off in the balloon. While Robin Hood was having breakfast with Maid Marian, Professor Tongue Twister was approaching Sherwood Forest. While Dr. Watson was reading the story of Robin Hood, the Sheriff of Nottingham's soldiers were looking at Professor Tongue Twister's credit card. While Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson were trying to solve the Nottingham Wall mystery, Professor Tongue Twister was landing outside their flat at 221B Baker Street, London. While Romeo was fighting against the Capulets, Professor Tongue Twister was trying to climb Juliet's balcony. While Professor Henry Higgins was trying to improve Eliza Doolittle's pronunciation, Professor Tongue Twister was preparing to land next to his house. What's going to happen next?
Pardon, please, Frank.
Sorry, only got water and darts today.
Why is that?
Brewery was destroyed by an explosion. People say that before it happened, they'd seen a line of red and green fire over Winchester.
That's right. A lot of people thought that they'd seen a comet.
I'm reading about it in the Daily Chronicle. It says it looked like a burning meteor, but in fact, it was a metal tube. Hit the ground near Croydon. Darts?
Thanks. Do you want to play?
No. You know, I heard there was someone in that tube. They thought it was a man, but it wasn't. It was a Martian, and it was disgusting, like a big, fat, stinking bear with huge, dark eyes.
Apparently, some MPs went to talk to them the next morning, and they were killed on the spot. Martians set them on fire just by looking at them. Burnt them to a cinder.
I need another one, please. You know, I knew an old man back in Houston, where I'm from, you know. He used to say that he could tell the future.
And what did he say?
Well, he was in bed with a bad cold, and he had a dream about Martians invading the planet.
And? Did we beat them?
Well, nobody knows. He woke up sneezing before the dream was over.
Faster! Faster! If we can get across the river, we'll be okay. No, I can't go any faster. I feel terrible. I'll just sit here and rest. You must try. If we can get across the river, we'll be safe. Maybe the army will get to them before they get to us. Come on, hurry up. No, I have a headache. I have a sore throat and I feel faint. You go and I'll stay here.
No way. It's probably just the flu. Come on, get up. I'll give you a hand.
Oh, what a beautiful sunset. It's strange. It looks more like a firework display. Could it be Guy Fawkes Night? Let's go down and find out.
Some people from Reading saw a giant metal machine. It was made of iron, and it looked like a huge octopus with 3 hairy legs. It was treading on trees, houses, and people.
It was all written in the book of the Apocalypse. I tell you, this is punishment for our sins.
That's nonsense. Nobody's perfect. I tell you, sooner or later, the British Army will get them. Our boys will not be defeated by a metal chair with 3 legs.
Oh, my God. It's the end. It's all over.
What's happened?
You'd be better off asking what hasn't happened.
Fancy a glass of water? It's on the house.
Oh, that's a great drink.
Oh, quick, tell us, what happened?
My regiment was wiped out. When I came to, I was lying under my horse. I survived only because I was shielded by her body. Everything was destroyed. The trees were flattened. The houses were burnt.
They're coming! They're coming! They're right behind us!
What are you talking about?
We had just managed to get across the river when the bridge was set on fire. Achoo!
Fancy a glass of water? It's on the house.
Give her an aspirin too. She's coming down with the flu. We thought we managed to escape, but then we saw them land on this side of the river. They came in this spaceship that looked like a gigantic ball with this huge laundry basket hanging underneath it.
Oh, my God, what shall we do? We're finished.
Never. We've got to defend the pub. I mean, the public.
You're a soldier. Tell us what to do.
Any weapons around here?
Darts?
Brilliant. We'll use the darts. 1 each. Everybody, follow me.
Hello?
After me. Death before surrender.
Hello? Is the pub still open?
It's one of them. Get him.
Ready? Aim.
Don't shoot! If you throw one of those things, you'll burst my balloon.
Hold fire.
Thank you very much. What's this? A Martian who speaks English? That makes no sense to me. And he doesn't look like a large stinking bear.
I'm not a Martian. I'm one of you. Tongue Twister's the name. Here's my card.
Ah, don't trust him. Look at his funny clothes.
His clothes are funny, but he isn't large or fat.
Actually, he's just the right size. He looks human enough to me.
Well, of course I'm human. Who were you expecting? What's going on here?
Don't you know? Yesterday we were invaded by Martians.
Half our city was destroyed.
My regiment was crushed.
The army was defeated.
We have no chance.
It's a war of the worlds.
War of the Worlds? Wait a minute. I know that book. Listen, not all is lost yet.
What do you mean?
Anyone suffering from flu around here?
Yes.
Achoo!
Excellent. You see, the Martians have got all the weapons, but they have no resistance to our good old earthly germs.
What do you mean?
I mean the bacteria, the microbes, the viruses. If you just sneeze on the Martians, they'll catch cold, and in no time they'll be gone.
Brilliant. We've got no time to lose. Everybody, get into line. Follow me. Ready? Aim. Sneeze.
Achoo!
Forward. Ready? Aim. Sneeze.
Achoo!
Ready? Aim. Sneeze. Ready? Aim.
Well, 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 I've read thousands of books, but that's the first one that's ever actually saved my life. It's time for a rhyme. Once the Martians invaded our planet, but they didn't quite know how to plan it. They had weapons of high tech and speed, but no doctors to call when in need, and no aspirin. which, as we've been told, is the best cure when fighting a cold. Soon our germs, so fragile and small, went to war and invaded them all. Now the aliens would sneeze, cough and sniff, and their arms, legs and fingers went stiff. Since that day, we all share the conviction that the Martians are but science fiction.
A balloon carrying Mr. Phileas Fogg and his butler Passepartout lands in a park. As Mr. Fogg and Passepartout meet the students, their teacher, Professor Tongue Twister, takes off in the balloon. The professor begins to travel in space and time and is also able to enter the world of literature. First of all, he lands in Sherwood Forest where he meets Robin Hood. Continuing his journey, Tongue Twister arrives at 221B Baker Street in London, where he calls on Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Tongue Twister flies to Verona and comes between Romeo and Juliet. He makes his way back to London and makes friends with Professor Higgins and his student, Eliza Doolittle. Travelling in time, he lands near London again and is taken for an invader from Mars. Where to now?
Life is full of ups and downs. Life is full of ins and outs. But don't give up and don't feel down. Just learn to fly and you'll get by. But don't give up and don't feel down. Just learn to fly and you'll get by. Fly high, fly high. Yes, you can if you try. Up and down, out and about, round and round, in and out. Fly high, fly high. Yes, you can if you try. Up and down.